yeah, today's day was busy, guys. I was
Fight with the bot. I mean, I got close to creating a very intelligent being. I was trying to get the bot to do everything, all the work for my university work, and it kind of never worked for me until I started like taking skills and creating almost a spider blanket around them. So what I created is just a bunch of skills. So essentially, the pre-lesson, post-lesson preparation, everything I need to convert students' learning effectiveness into greater, into greater.
all right, guys. So today I was just working on my bot. I was trying to make it as intelligent as possible for my students to increase their overall learning effectiveness. And I designed a second brain, a method to interface with multiple students and throughout multiple timestamps. So, for example, today I went to teach online on Zoom, and what I did is I set up a way to record the conversations from students and combine and basically create quizzes and lessons based on those conversations, while also remembering, creating memory for every student and input important nuances. I also managed to make it all work across Google Classroom. So this way, everything gets uploaded to Google Classroom and available for students to get access to, including access to transcription notes, and including access to different types of resources, ranging from quizzes and labs and slides. So, in simple words, I managed to tap into Google ecosystem, everything that it has to offer, and make it available in a command line interface. How is this useful? Extremely useful. I'm able to save insane amount of time across just one class that I'm teaching. And after I figured out how to make it all work across Google Classroom and how to interface with many students interactively through quizzes, slides, transcripts, it was simply natural for me to begin constructing the next phase. The next phase was creating simulation environment for every lesson. Before the lesson starts, I have OpenClaw reach out to me that tells me, hey, you're ready or not ready. And by the way, if you're not ready, I'm going to make sure that you're ready. It looks at my syllabus, it groundifies itself to that syllabus to make sure that whatever the lessons that are prepared are based on that syllabus. It constructs quizzes if and only if syllabus has quizzes. It researches and finds relevant labs if and only if syllabus has labs, and the list goes on and on and on. I was able to create micro university, and by creating multiple agents and representing manual kind of interactions that I've seen in the university settings and carrying them over into agentic kind of a way of moving as a squad together, where coordinators, directors, and instructors how people work together in university, and I carried that over into OpenClaw. Now, I was able to achieve very intelligent style of conversations with OpenClaw. Now, I did have to battle through context route. I did have to battle through memory. I did have to battle transcripts. I recreated the entire concept of transcripts because I needed a double way of recording, of getting accuracy from any kind of lesson that I do over Zoom. First way was through just a basic background service that I was running, and that just collects information and synchronizes back into Google Doc. A second way is through Zoom recording, where a file gets created and uploaded in a form of an audio and gets transcribed into text. Both of those files would be merged together to provide the highest accuracy and infused back into the Google Classroom. Now, I did have students asking for summary notes. I figured summary notes would be good for me to distribute for them, and I also updated the OpenClaw Feudal Educator Clay with those elements to be able to provide summary notes. Now, the cool part about this intelligent agent is it's groundified to whatever it is that I'm doing as part of my curriculum, and it's replicable for any other instructor, faculty member, university, or professor who wants to increase their students' learning effectiveness exponentially while keeping tabs on every one of those students and increasing the level of personalization for any kind of class that you are dealing with that will supersede any kind of other class that you have in a local level. So if you have to compare my class that is online compared to local class, my online class will literally like outgun any kind of local class just with this agent alone. So and that's what universities are looking for. They're looking for this really powerful reasoning for people to take classes online, because that way they could make more money. So anyway, guys, look, if you want to get access to that OpenClaw, you have to be my subscriber and Feudal Incubator member. My membership is $295 per month to get access to my Freedom Fusion System CRM that pretty much has everything you need to convert your leads into loyal customers. That includes book appointment system, email nurturing campaigns, conversational AI bots, inbound voice bots, outbound voice bots, and all sorts of QR code generators, all sorts of technical mumbo jumbo that you need for your business in order to make it pop. Plus Andromeda setup, plus Freedom Fusion automations across TikTok, across Threads, and other socials, including YouTube. Plus, you get my Feudal Educator Clay, this morphed spider web that you could throw on top of instructional use case to recreate micro university and be able to increase learning effectiveness for any kind of class that you're teaching, whether you're a business or coach or instructor or professor, adjunct professor, and be able to move as a cohort with your supporting team members and faculty members in a way that supersedes any style of individual-based learning while giving you flexibility to spend less time doing things that you don't want to do, like grading quizzes, creating lessons, and building out labs or any of that stuff, and instead focusing more on your pets, cats, kids, and dogs, monetizing the heck out of them, spawning some money on TikTok Shop, doing a little bit of drop shipping, and of course getting some more classes that you could teach, because now you have more time thanks to those AI agents. Now, this intelligent being that I was working on, I got really close to getting really high degree of intelligence in this bot. The only reason I was able to do that and achieve that is because of cross-functional domains that I was able to extrapolate from Network Plus exam. In my particular case, there's obviously the beginning and end and a curriculum and the test that I'm preparing students for. There's a objective, there's a mission, and there's identities and roles and responsibilities. When you have this certainty and such level of kind of beginning and end, it becomes gazillion times easier for you to groundify your formatting for any kind of style of training that you're trying to provide, and make it extremely personalized beyond something that can be possibly ever offered on local settings, especially for it becomes incredible when you teach something that rarely requires any kind of local settings. Style of work and enterprise level changed completely. I mean, sheesh. Now I come to work. Do you guys know what I do? I used to do a lot of intellectual work. Now I just open up Copilot and say, what's the status in Dubai issue that we had with a bunch of proxy, connections that were like where users couldn't connect from Dubai to certain sites, but were able to connect from some other sites and couldn't connect to Kazakhstan, but were able to connect to somewhere else. And literally it just tells me like, here's the status. And by the way, it like literally interlaces the entire every set of systems, emails, Jira, Confluence, all sorts of tickets, and correlates them and tells me like what kind of responses I got from support, from vendor support, and provides me prescriptive recommendation. And not only that, but I managed to tap into some of those systems through CLI interface, through APIs, the same way how I just described how I was able to recreate this entire curriculum for university and build a micro university in a simulated environment that which takes the replica model of directors, coordinators, and any other kind of faculty members that works together with instructors, and was able to like literally reproduce their work. And not only that, I was able to create like a second brain that interfaces with students, keeps up with students, and minimizes the chances of students bouncing from the class just because they feel like they're disconnected because they signed up maybe for a hybrid class, but instead they got online. But when they get hit with this online class in such style and such level of personalization, this is when they realize the true power and continue to stay. Why? Because it's extremely personalized. The agent bakes in the memory files. It creates, constructs them on the fly, and enhances the next lesson based on those student memory files. I made the clay structure be really, really kind of easy for anybody to reuse and inherit the power of this incredible intelligence for your class, whatever the class you want to teach, whether you have a business that you maybe have a private talent agency, kind of like what I have, or maybe you have a class that you're teaching online. Maybe you're a school teacher or university or professor of some sort. I found this a gazillion times easier to simply reuse this entire feudal educator clay, sort of like a spider web blanket that you can throw on top of your use case, and inherit this incredible being, this intelligence. This is a next level intelligence. I was able to combine. I was using anti-gravity in combination with Gemini plus Cloud Code and Codex to construct this relatively quickly. On your own, you'll probably end up burning lots of tokens and lots of on your own. But if you inherit this intelligence, you could come out really like powerful. This can help you save incredible amount of time, adapt that for any kind of course, class, and truly make an impact on organization. My name's Ron Wells. I'm going to be future CEO, and I don't know of which company. For now, I'm just kind of doing my own thing. But if you wanted to learn directly from my talent agency, definitely hit me up. DM the word PAF on my Insta.